Here's our last video on circles, and I think it's probably one of the easier videos. We're just going to be talking about the equations of a circle and how to write them or how to figure out information from them, and I'm going to show you one example on how to graph them. So in short, the formula for a circle is written right here as such. So it is x minus h squared, so h is the center coordinate for the x value, plus y minus k squared, and k is the y value, wherever the center of the circle is, squared, and it's equal to the radius squared. H and k, notice how the signs flip when you actually want to write out the center of the formula. So if I had 5 and 6 here, it would be not be -5 and -6 as the coordinate. It would be +5 and +6. But I think that once we go through the examples, that will make more sense. So here, hold on, I'm just going to copy this. So I have it written down, and then that way I can be lazy and just input things in. So if the radius is 5, and we know it equals the radius squared, 5 times 5 is 5, so the answer is 25. Then for h is the x value, so x minus 12, and k is the y value, 80. There you go. That's it. If you wanted to do the next example, which we are going to do, actually, we're going to skip to this to C. We are going to be filling it in the same way. So 12 times 12 is for the radius squared, which is 144. And then for h, we are plugging in the x value, so minus -1 would just become +1. So that's why I said watch the signs, they'll flip. And then k is the y value, and it's +15. So we just put a 15 in there. There you go. If we want to identify the different parts of a circle, so the radius and the center, I'm first going to identify what the radius is. So if radius squared is what the equation equals, you always want to take the square root of whatever the equation equals. So in this case, the square root of 25 is 5. So that's what the radius is equal to. For the center, you just want to pull out the values, and you take the opposite signs that are currently in the equation. So the opposite of -6 for the x value, or h, is +6. And the opposite of -24 for y, or k, is +24. If we were looking at the next example, the radius is equal to the square root of the answer of the equation of a circle. So the square root of 1 is 1. And then if I want the center, we just take the opposite signs of what is in the equation. So I have +8. That means the x value for the center is -8. And I see that the y value is -17. So in the center, it's +17. For graphing, I'm going to ask that you refer to your textbook because I'm having a tough time graphing nicely on the laptop. So if you're asked to graph the equation of a circle, and I actually want to use this one, if they give you the centers 4, -3, that's the first thing you always plot. So even if you were given the equation, you would always plot the center point first. So you just put 4, -3 down. Then for the radius, what I suggest you do is draw 4 different points and then just connect them with the circle. So if the radius is 4, you're going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4. I put a dot there. Then I'm going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4. I put a dot here. So I'm making like a giant T. Then I go to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 pinpoints that you just connect through a circle. The textbook is very helpful when it comes to graphing circles, so I hope you use it.